Hey, dispatchers, how's everyone doing? I appreciate everyone for coming out to my live tonight. I think this is going to be a very good live. Basically, what I'm going to be talking about today is how to attract owner operators into your freight dispatch business. So I know this is a problem. This issue, a lot of people have problems with when it comes to attracting owner operators. But in tonight's live, I'm going to be talking all about that and pretty much giving you guys the proven sales funnel to help take my business from no clients to enough owner operators to generate over $20,000 a month. So we're going to get into that tonight. Any questions you guys have, you can ask them in the chat. I'll be getting into your questions too. And guys can ask anything over there in the chat, anything about freight dispatching, any questions that you have, I can answer for you. So make sure you guys put any questions in the chat, but I'm going to be going over the sales funnel for you guys today. And I have my laptop here in front of me. What I'm going to be doing, I have a partial PowerPoint that I will be showing you from my laptop here in a minute. This is kind of probably my second live I ever did on my channel. I want to start doing more of them. So in the future, I have a way to bring up the PowerPoint on the screen, but I might just have to show you guys with my laptop here. I'll be referencing the PowerPoint from time to time, but if you guys just bear with me, I'm going to pull it up on my laptop and we'll get started right away. Also, I should be able to send you guys a link to this PowerPoint. It's actually on Google Slides. I like using that better. So if you guys, starting your freight dispatch business, you might want to use like the Google suite of products, for like Google Docs and things like that, because it's just easier to share things on there. I use Google Drive to save all my rate confirmations from owner operators. So if you're not using Google Drive yet, you might want to use that. It's very easy to use. Okay, I got this PowerPoint up when I want to reference it for you guys. But basically, I know, like I said, a lot of people have problems finding owner operators in this business, and the reason why is because you don't have a sales funnel, you don't have a marketing plan. So that's what we're going to go over tonight. We're going to go over a sales funnel. So basically, what a sales funnel is, got this PowerPoint on my computer. Like I said, I'm going to reference it when I need to, but I think it might be easier just for me to explain this to you guys. Just want to see how it looks if you guys can't really see that. So yeah, I just go over this. There's a few pictures I got in here I might show you guys. And like I said, I'm going to be able to send you a link. So what I want you guys to do either now or when you have a chance, make sure you send me a text message to my cell phone. My number is 407-698-3972. I'll put it right there in the chat. Send me a text message there anytime and just say PowerPoint or presentation slide or whatever you want to say. And I'll eventually reply with a link to this PowerPoint so you guys will actually be able to see it. Like I said, I'm not able to bring it up on my computer screen right now. I wish I was, but if you just text me to 407-698-3972, sometime after this live here tonight, I'll send you guys the link to the slides. So basically what a sales funnel is. So a sales funnel is a way that you're going to funnel people into your business, right? So I know where a lot of freight dispatchers mess up at. You think you're just going to be able to start your business and make a few cold calls or make a few posts on social media, and you're going to automatically get clients coming into your business. But it really doesn't work that way. What you need, and matter of fact, I got it wrote back here. You guys can see it. I will definitely bring this up on my laptop, but up top is brand awareness, and then you have consideration, and then you have conversions. Don't worry if you guys can't see that. Make sure you get to see that. But so when you first start a business, any business, right, you need to build brand awareness. And what brand awareness is, this stage includes the largest number of customer prospects. They have determined a problem, begin searching for a solution, and become aware of an organization via content marketing, email campaign, social media marketing, and other avenues. So before I would say before you start your freight dispatch business, but even if you're already started, this is what you need to do. You need to take a look at the market. You need to see everything everyone else is doing, and you need to come up with a plan to offer more value than everyone else, right? And that's going to tie into this sales funnel back here in a minute. I'm going to get to that point. I'm going to show you, I'm going to explain all three of these stages. And really in any business, this just isn't freight dispatching. Any business that you're in these days, and that's like I said, that's why I like this, because it's not about only dispatching. So if you get this right, pretty much any other business that you go into, you'll be successful. And the reason why most people fail in business is because turn on the light over here. Yeah, most people fail in business is because they don't have a sales funnel, right? They don't have a sales funnel. And there's some lights on, kind of dark, but so basically, like I said, you need to look at the rest of the freight dispatch companies, see what they're doing, and need to come up with a plan to offer more value to them. So I'm going to tell you guys, like I said, I got this from beginning to end. You know, if any problems you're having in your business, I pretty much already know the answer. For one, it's because it's through my own experience, and to get to the point I'm at now, it's not like I knew everything from the beginning, or that I didn't have any like shortcomings or make any mistakes, or it's not like I was like I didn't have a time period where I couldn't get any clients, right? I've been through all that already. So that's basically how I know like the answers to all your questions already. And I mentored so many people over time that if I didn't have that problem, I mentor someone with the same problem. And pretty much as soon as you start speaking to me about it, like this side goes for me. When people sign up with mentorship for me, as soon as you start speaking about the problem, I already got the solution. I'm just on the phone listening still, but I already know what you're going to say and I already know the solution, right? So check it out. When I first started this business, my first two or 3 weeks, probably 2 weeks, I couldn't find any clients, right? I was probably just like a lot of you guys thought I was going to walk straight into this, you know, because I'm feeling good, happy, like, hey, I got my dispatch business. I'm starting my own business. So I thought I was just going to start that LLC and get out there, and then owner operators were just going to start coming to me. But it doesn't work like that, because the thing is, it's a numbers game. It's a percentage game. So meaning that the more owner operators that you get in the face of, that they know about your business, that's the more people that's going to end up signing up with your company, right? So like I said, the more owner operators that you get in their face. Hey, big mates, chill out, bro. Chill out on it. So basically, yeah, the more owner operators that you get into their face, it's the more that's going to end up signing up for your business. So that's the brand awareness stage, right? That's the top of this pyramid, right? That's the largest part. So that's building your brand awareness. So like I said, during my first 2 weeks, I couldn't find any clients. And that was the problem. I was trying to find clients, right? But I couldn't, I didn't get any in that first 2 weeks. I'm like, what's going on? I thought I was going to open up this business, and then I was going to have like all type of owner operators coming at me, wanting to sign up for my services, right? But that's not how it happened. So, and the reason why is because you got to build a sales funnel. You got to stand out from the rest of the market. So my first 2 weeks, I couldn't find any owner operators to sign up with my business. And, you know, I started thinking that I wasn't going to be successful, that I wasn't ever going to find any customers. And then something came to me and said, well, if I want some customers, what I have to do is give out more value and give it out to more people, reach more people. So any business that you're in, if you don't have any customers, that's the two things that you do. You give more value out and you reach more people, because that's the only way to get customers, you know. So that's the solution. If you don't have customers, you can't find owner operators. That's the solution, is to give out more value and to reach more people. So when I first started about 4 years ago, what I did is, and I couldn't find any clients. So I thought about it. I looked at all the other, this is why I tell you guys just to look at other companies and see what they're doing, and then think of some more value, how you can give more value to them. So when I couldn't find any clients, what I did is I looked at the update. I do exactly what I'm telling you guys to do, right? So I looked at all the other not all the other companies, of course, but a few other dispatch companies. I say look at maybe 10 other dispatch companies. And you'll see all of them are offering the same services. That's what I seen, right? So I started looking at them. They all offered the same thing. And back when I first started, they were just dispatching. That's all we were doing is dispatchers. We weren't doing extra fuel taxes. We weren't doing that paperwork. We weren't getting oversized permits for flatbed trucks if we booked oversized loads. We weren't handling the factoring needs. We weren't sending in the BOL and rate confirmation into the factoring company. So when I seen that, I said, wow, that's, dispatchers were just dispatching, but it's a lot of other tasks that owner operators have to handle, a lot of other admin tasks that I could handle too, that owner operators have to handle while they're on the highway. Hey, Big Mage, get over there and go. Sorry, y'all. I have to put Big Mage in a cage. 1 second. Yeah, so the thing is, we weren't doing all those things as an owner as a dispatcher. So I thought of the idea like I can also do those if the fuel taxes. I can also work with their factoring company, sending in those BOLs and rate confirmations. So I thought of all those ideas. And then I basically incorporated them into my company. You guys got to excuse me. Big Major don't want to behave right now. But yeah, I thought about all those ideas and I started incorporating them into my company. So basically what you guys see out there right now, when you look at people's freight dispatching websites, when you look at flyers and they're naming these additional services that they're offering, those were my ideas. Before I got into this game, nobody was saying that, right? But that's how it's going to go in business. And that's what I'm always trying to do in business. So me, I'm not trying to copy or follow nobody else. Because if you do that, if you just look at what everybody else is doing and then copy them, what you're weakening your mind. That's what you're really doing because you're not using your mind. You're not strengthening your mind. You're just copying off of people's past ideas and trying to do the same thing. So the crazy thing is for me, this is how easy dispatching is for me. There's really not any any competition for me in this dispatching game because everybody is just copying off of my old ideas. So the only thing I have to do is beat myself out 3 or 4 years ago. And that's easy. I'm just beating myself out from years ago because everybody's still doing the exact same thing. So that's why my students will always be successful because it's easy to beat myself. So you guys need to do the same thing to attract owner operators. It's not finding owner operators. It's not looking for owner operators. You're attracting customers. Any business that you're in, you're attracting customers by the idea. So that's what I did. When I thought of that idea to offer more value, I attracted owner operators to my business by that idea, right? So with that idea, I built my brand awareness, the first step, right? So that's brand awareness. That's letting my potential clients become aware about my business. And how you do this is through touch points, right? So touch points is all the potential ways that you have to come in contact with owner operators, right? So like I said, most dispatchers that get into the game and think they are just going to talk to a couple people like I did. I thought I was going to talk after I talked to maybe 20 owner operators that 1 or 2 or 3 or whatever was going to sign up with my company. But the thing is, 20 owner operators isn't near enough. You got to talk to way more than 20 owner operators to get some to sign up for your business because it's a numbers game. It's a percentage game. So like I said, touch points are all the ways that owner operators are all the ways you have of reaching your potential clients. And when I tell you guys this information, what I would like for you to do is to study it. Take notes, write down what I'm saying, write down sales funnel, write down brand awareness. We're going to go over brand awareness, consideration and conversion. So write all these down. It's all on the internet, and then start researching it yourself so you can get information from what I'm saying tonight. But this information is out there. So once you write this down and then you go study more, you know what I'm saying? That's the thing. You can't get everything from me. You're gonna have to study. I mean, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Especially if it's a learning curve, if you're just learning this stuff, you really gonna have to study and incorporate this into your life. Learn it to know what this means, you know what I mean? Because I guarantee you learn this stuff I'm talking about tonight, this is gonna set your freight dispatch business apart. So touch points is all the ways you have of reaching your potential clients, right? So you want as many touch points as possible. Touch points include um, making cold calls off the FMCSA website, going to truck stops, sending emails out, sending text messages out, being on social media. So these are all touch points, all the potential ways you can reach your potential customer. In any business, this just isn't dispatching. This is just general business. And this is why I know most freight dispatchers are going to fail, not because of the basic freight dispatching stuff, talking about hours of service and how long a truck driver can drive on the road per day, and what type of load goes on which truck. That's what most dispatchers are going to worry about when they first start this business, when they come in. And that's why most people are going to fail, honestly, because they're worried and they're thinking about the wrong things. That's the easy stuff. But what most people need to learn more about is this general business stuff. So touch points. You want to create as many touch points as you can, and you want to have a marketing plan. And in that marketing plan, you want to write down like how many times a week. I mean, my business didn't take off. My business didn't take off until I actually had to write down how many times a week I'm going to go to the truck stop. I'm going to go Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I had to say how many business cards I'm going to pass out while I'm there, how many flyers I'm going to pass out there. But see, a lot of people just stop at the truck stop. You think you can just go to the truck stop and that's it. No, we got to be way more than that. You got to do the truck stop. You got to make a Facebook business page. You got to put information on your Facebook business page. You have to send out emails. Basically, you got any and everything you can think of. So like I said, write down touch points and look up just Google touch points, and that'll probably give you some more ideas. But you have to have several different touch points, and you have to utilize each one of them. And you actually have to have a plan of what you're going to do every day to utilize those touch points. Because I already know what a lot of people are doing, especially if you're coming from being an employee where you're used to being told everything you need to do every day. No, like if you want this business to get off the ground, you got to come up with a plan and ignore everything else and think about what you're going to do each and every day. I know a lot of people might fail because you hear, I don't know, owner operators talking about freight dispatchers, or you hear this, or you hear it's oversaturated. Me, I don't care about none of that, because none of that is going to get your business to where you want to get it at. So you got to realize when you start a business, it's not about what the market is doing, how the market is, what other people are saying. When you start a business, it's a plan. And this is why I talk about manifestation a lot, right? Because a business is a manifestation, right? Because you're taking an ideal about yourself, an imaginary idea that's in your head, your business idea is in your mind, and you want to manifest it into the world. So if you're worried about what other people are saying about you or your business or how the market is or whatever, you're not going to manifest your idea because you're worried about the wrong thing. You got to be worried about what you're doing, right? So like I said, it's just an idea. Your business is just something imaginary that you have planned for yourself, right? So when you start a business, you have to see yourself, having that successful business, and you have to think about that more. You can't be worried about the market and what other people are saying. You got to keep thinking about like your business being successful and constantly think about that and what you need to do to get to that point, because you're trying to manifest your business ideas. Like I said, a business is an idea, so it's manifestation. But like I said, a lot of people fail at business, period, and freight dispatching, I believe, because we're used to be an employee. We're used to having everything, your job telling you what you need to do every day. But this business isn't going to be successful until you tell yourself what you need to do every day. So by that, you need to tell yourself what touch points, how you're going to work on your touch points, what days you're going to the truck stop. Okay, I'm going to the truck stop Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And every day I go, I'm going to pass out at least 50 flyers, like that, right? So cold calls, you have to say, okay, I'm going to make cold calls Monday through Friday, and every day I'm going to call 100 people. You have to do all of this stuff, right? And then when you're doing all of this stuff, this is why it can be so hard for people, because when you're doing all of this stuff, you can't just do it like everybody else. You got to have that idea like me. So like I said, I couldn't get any clients. I thought of that idea about doing factoring paperwork for owner operators, handling their fuel taxes. So I thought about all that stuff, and I hit up the touch points. When I got on social media, when I was at the truck stops, when I'm sending emails to my potential owner operators, I'm saying like all those new ideas that no one else is doing, right? I'm talking about that. So now I'm standing out, and this is what attracts owner operators to your business. So any business, you don't want to look for or you don't want to find clients, right? Like I said in some of my YouTube videos, I mean, it could be an owner operator at a truck stop right now, and I could find an owner operator pumping fuel, but I found one. What is that going to do? So you don't find or look for clients in business, you attract clients. And a lot of this is coming from, you guys got to realize sales has changed, right? So the thing is, you have to realize freight dispatching. Somebody said big major, yeah, big major back there wowing. But yeah, somebody said that you got to realize freight dispatching is an online business, right? It's an online business. So you have to know how to market a business online. That's why most people are failing, because they're just getting into dispatching. And you say you want to work at home, you want to have an online business, but you never think about, well, how do I market a business online? So that's what I want to stress to you guys. It's not about rates. It's not all about that other stuff. It's about marketing. Any business is a marketing game. You don't even have to have the best business, but if you can market your business to the most amount of people, you'll be okay. So like I said, even like in the diagram I have up here, so I wish you guys could see this a little better, but like I said, you can look it up, you can Google it. This is brand awareness, this is consideration, and this is conversions, right? And above here, this is where you would have like all your touch points, like truck stop, email marketing, social media marketing, all those things. This is where the touch points would be at. And then those touch points go into building the brand awareness, right? So at the top of the funnel is brand awareness. It's the widest part. So that's like everybody that's hearing about your business, right? Through all those different touch points. And those touch points, what it is, you got to you just can't do it for like a day or two. Or, like say you going to the truck stops and you're on social media, you're in the Facebook trucking groups attracting owner operators. You can't just try to do that a day or two or a week. And then like, if you're not getting any motion, give up. So really what you got to do, if you're not getting any feedback, like I said, go back and think of more ways to offer more value and then reach even more people. So if you're not getting feedback, owner operators into your business, that should make you market harder. Don't scale back. You got to get to the point where you feel it within you, like when you're not getting customers, that just make you want to go harder. And that's when you're going to get some customers, after you start going harder and you keep that up. So marketing, the reason I say you can't just try for a day or two, because marketing is an ongoing thing. You gotta, like, the more momentum, the more you do it, the more momentum you're gonna get. All right, so that's brand awareness, right? These people in the brand awareness phase are just hearing about your business. So you're growing your brand, you're making them aware to your brand, and by running them through the sales funnel, you're getting them comfortable with you, right? So that's another thing. When you just see an owner operator at a truck stop, or if you're talking to an owner operator on social media, I know a lot of new business owners, major, lay down, lay down. They gotta excuse me, man. Big major, I've been mentoring people today. I guess he wants some attention. But so a lot of people think owner operators are going to just sign up with your business the first time that you talk to them. It doesn't work that way. That's why you got to have those touch points. And this is any business to keep reaching these people, right? So you got to keep reaching them. So in the brand awareness phase, it's the largest part of that pyramid you see back there, and you're going to have the most amount of people, right? But not everyone is going to sign up with your company. So that's why next you have consideration. That's going to be targeting these people. You're going to be drawing the funnel even more down, right? So during the consideration part phase, as I mentioned to you guys in my YouTube videos before, that's when you want to offer them like a free strategy call. There's all types of websites where you can, like scheduling websites that you can have for free. I'll also include that here in a minute in that chat. But it is just different ones that you can have for free. And during the consideration phase, you want to try to get them to sign up for a street strategy call. Or if you do something like make a free PDF of like how to increase profit in your trucking business, or like a free PDF on, let me think, on like 10 tips to make your trucking business successful, something like that, right? So you guys got to realize to sell anything these days, like this is sales. Sales has changed. That's what a lot of people don't realize. This is sales these days. This is sales, maybe even sales back in the day used to be like sneaky or something like that, trying to fool people. But these days, what sales is just being honest and showing them the value you have and attracting the people to you. I think back in the day, what was sales like? Chasing people, more cold calls. It was interrupting people. It's like kind of more bothering people. But nowadays, it's just like you give out the value you have and you attract people to you because like culture has changed, right? So if you try to like chase people down, they're gonna run away from you. You're like bothering them. But you want to give them free value to attract them to your business, right? Like I said, culture's changed. Sales culture has changed, right? So, like I said at the top, you got the touch points and all those different touch points. That funnels people in. You see what I'm saying? So if you're going to truck stops, if you're making cold calls, I'm going to talk more about cold calls in a minute because I'm not just saying throw that out the door. Don't do any cold calls at all because that can work. But it's about the way you're doing cold calls. But these are the different touch points. And as you see, as you're reaching customers, potential customers over those by utilizing those different touch points, you're building your brand awareness. You're letting more people become more aware about your business. So, like I said, it's a numbers game. You can't just reach 20 people a day. You got to be, let's say you cold call, I don't know, 50, 100 people a day, how many ever people you decide, but you do that and you cold call those 50 people. Like say if I cold call 50 people today, and then I went out at the truck stop and passed out 25, 50 flyers. And if I also made a post on my Facebook business page, and then if I also sent out some emails, so you see, like what I'm saying, like this way, I'm not only reaching 20 people a day. After I did all that, I might have reached 500 people. You never know. And then the next day, I'm gonna do the same thing and reach 500 more people. Now I'm up to 1,000. If I do it again the next day, I'm at 1,500. You see what I'm saying? It's like a big numbers game. So you guys got to just start reaching more people. So you reach those people, you're building your brand awareness. Like I said, next you got consideration. So even on social media, you want to try to offer them something for free. You offer them a free PDF or something like that. So now you got their email address, which you can put in the other touch point, right? You can start hitting them up on email, offering free value, right? And then at the bottom, you got conversion. So now those first, they seen you first in your brand awareness phase, right? And then they caught on to you in the consideration phase. So now these are people, you funnel these people down. These owner operators are more interested in your business. The more you get down the funnel, the less people is going to be in there, but those are people that's most interested, right? So, and then at the bottom of the funnel, that's conversions, right? So this is how we need to even start speaking in freight dispatching. You want conversions. We want to start speaking like real business owners. This is a conversions game. The owner operators that end up signing up with your company are the ones that converted. You want conversions. So down at the conversions phase, maybe the next time you talk to them or send an email, it's like, hey, click the link below to sign up for my freight dispatching services. So this is after they have seen you have brand awareness, consideration. So they're more interested, like, man, he or she, that person has some real value. That person is standing out. I ain't heard that from any other freight dispatching company. So now they're really interested in your company. And down at the bottom, you got conversions. And how this also goes, you can look this up at the top. It's called TOFU, or top of the funnel. And then in the middle, MOFU, middle of the funnel. And then at the bottom, which is conversions, that's the bottom of the funnel, right? So this is what you guys really need to know to start getting some owner operators into your freight dispatch business. And like I said, sales has changed, marketing has changed. So today it's about link clicks. You guys got to focus on link clicks, right? You got an online business. You want to be at home making 100,000, 200,000, whatever you want to make. And I know, of course, everybody wants to work from home or anywhere these days, but you better be able to market a business online, because if you can't do that, you're not going to be able to work from home, right? So it's about link clicks, right? So if you notice everything I talked about, like if I said you are marketing on Facebook, you're making videos, you're giving out like a free PDF. What you got to realize, they're clicking on links to do all this. Even if you make a video on Facebook and put that video out there, that video is included in a link. How are you guys watching this video right now? You click the link, and like currently as I speak, my value, it's kind of crazy when you think about it, the value I have in my mind, right? And what I'm saying is being put into this link right now. And it's live, but then it's recorded, right? It's going to be here forever. Same way like with you guys. If you build that Facebook business page, those links are going to be there forever. That's the great thing about marketing online too. If you market like at a truck stop, you might just talk to that owner operator one time right then and there, right? But if you build a Facebook business page and you got videos on there, you're posting things. And like I said, from the very beginning, you have to think, you have to look at the other companies and you have to come up with an idea to offer more value than them. And then talk about that idea, talk about it on Facebook. You want to put that idea in the links, and you want those links going out to as many people as possible. Basically, it's about link clicks, and it's a percentage game. So basically, the more people that click on your links, the more people are going to get down to this bottom of this. The more people that you got into brand awareness, the more people that you can bring in at the top of the funnel, of course, is the more people that you go have down at the conversions point, basically, right? So you just basically got to set up a whole funnel. And if you use social media to build this funnel, you can actually use social media. And on social media, they have brand awareness, consideration, and conversion. And you can run these different campaigns. And that's what I did, basically. I used social media and I made it easy for me. And then you got to remember, if you're dispatching, let's say you're dispatching 3 trucks, but you got videos online on social media, people are always watching those videos. You can be at home at your computer dispatching 3 trucks, making money, but your marketing efforts are going to continue to go on because people can always click on those links and watch videos. I know I haven't really looked at your guys' questions just yet, but I just want to take a look. Hey, if you guys got questions, I know I've been talking a long time, about 30 minutes. So if you guys got questions, make sure you type them in the chat and I'll get to them. Yes, the freight dispatch business can be done outside of the country. Also, jotform.com, that's where you can go and make that electronic dispatch agreement. That's really what you want at the bottom of the funnel during the conversions. You want to say, click the link to sign my electronic dispatch agreement. That's another thing. Most companies don't have an electronic dispatch agreement. So just by you having an electronic dispatch agreement, let's say it's the owner operator. They have 3 different dispatchers that they're thinking about signing up with, and you're one of them, right? The other 2, they got PDF dispatch agreements. The owner operator is going to have to print it out, fill it out, scan it, and send it back to you. But you send in a link, like I'm telling you guys, you send your dispatch agreement in a link, and it comes right to their cell phone. They at the truck stop there, and they filling it out. They put in filling out your form and everything and signing it on their cell phone. So that's like adding additional value. It's making it easy. You want to make it easy as possible for somebody to give you money, basically. And when they sign the agreement, they sign it up with your company to hopefully eventually be dispatched by you and for you to be able to make money from them, right? So you want to make it easy as possible. So if you have an electronic freight dispatch agreement, they're probably going to sign up with your company over the other 2 just because you have an agreement. This is what I mean by being different than anyone else. You go online, you look up other freight dispatch companies, see if they have. Most of them probably aren't going to have an electronic freight dispatch agreement. You can go on jotform.com and get one of those for free. A lot of this stuff is free. You just got to do it. So back to link clicks. But remember, like I said, that freight dispatch agreement is going to be in a link, right? So basically what you want to do, you want to have several links. You want to have links for brand awareness, videos giving out value. And brand awareness, that's the top of the funnel. So in brand awareness is not like you're like, hey, I'm Antoine West, I own ABC dispatching, click below to sign up. I mean, what I'm saying, you can't say that the first time these people hear about your company, because you got to get them interested. That's what the funnel is about showing them value and getting them interested and attracted to your company. So during the brand awareness stage, you're going to be saying like who you are, what you do as a freight dispatcher, and and you want to include those ways that make your company stand out more than others. So if you say you put a video out, I definitely recommend you guys building a Facebook business page. But say you put a video out on Facebook, right? And you're explaining what your company does and everything. That's brand awareness. After that, the second time they see you, that's about consideration. That's that you want to have them consider. Just hit the link. All about links. You got to have links. Links. Did I say links? Links. So you got to have links. So you want them hitting the link to sign to get that free strategy call, and doing that free strategy call is sales, right? So then during that free strategy call, you got to be talking about the things that separate you from the other dispatching companies, right? Because this whole process is getting them interested in your company over somebody else's, right? And then once you get down to the conversion stage, now you got another link, and that's the electronic dispatch agreement. So really what you want to get owner operators at the end of the day, you want to get as many eyes on your electronic freight dispatch agreement as possible. Now, let's just say I go out there and I'm saying, like, yeah, I own a dispatch company. I can book the highest paying loads. I'm 24/7 dispatch service. I can do your IFTA fuel taxes, oversized permits. Basically, I'm saying if you say everything everybody else is saying, and then basically say, click the link below to sign my electronic dispatch agreement, that's not enough interest there. People are going to still look over that. So it's about like what you say. So that's the reason why a lot of people can't find owner operators, because you got to realize it's about what you say in your messaging. And that's another thing, messaging. Your messaging is how you present yourself and present your company to your potential clients. So I think when we start as freight dispatchers, when we start focusing on business more, like sales funnel, conversions, when you have a marketing plan, when you actually know what you're going to be doing every day. Remember, as I said, you're manifesting a business, right? So if you don't follow a plan, ain't nothing going to get done, right? Because it's like flimsy, right? You don't have anything going on, but you got to think of an actual plan that you follow. Each and every day, right? Let me see what you guys got. Any questions? Yep, like I said, it's jotform.com. And when I started doing this, like I said before, I started doing this, I didn't have any clients. And this is what took me to $20,000 a month, because I built brand awareness. I was able to get my brand out there more, and then more people signed up with me, right? So this is why I talk about like $20,000, $30,000 a month and hiring other dispatchers. But when you can have a good idea and then use a sales funnel to get it out there, and then put it in videos where I can make a video today and somebody can, an owner operator can watch it, or it can be 6 months from now, a year from now, and other new owner operators can still watch that same video. So those videos are still working for you over time. That's when you can start attracting owner operators, and then that's when you have to hire other dispatchers. So really everything I'm telling you guys tonight, that's how I got to the point I am now. And that's why I talk about $20,000, $30,000 a month and hiring other dispatchers. But if you don't do this, you're never going to get to that point. For the best load board, I recommend DAT. You can get on my website and get 30 days for free. Yep, I see Jay saying the problem is there aren't any different services to offer. We're all doing the same thing. I remember when I started, the services, everything that you see in the industry now is the ideas that I thought about. There's always different services to offer. The thing is, you just got to think of it. It's an unlimited amount of different services to offer. One thing what you guys need to start doing is just stop saying it's not services to offer and put your mind on the solution. Only think about services to offer. That's how you got to strengthen up your mind, and you're actually wiring your mind to think of solutions. That's why I can think of solutions so easy now. Thing I thought about a few months back, I was thinking about the reefers and the dry vans out there. Most of them, they just have a blank trailer, right? It's just white on the side of their trailer, or it's they might have their company name. But you think about it, if you have your logo or company name on the side of a truck, that's not getting you any business. That's not the way trucking works. Nobody's going to see your truck rolling down the highway and see your company name and then reach out to you to haul a load. That's not the way it works. So what I thought about doing is having owner operators, basically reach out to business owners who want to advertise on the side of the truck. And then, some businesses will pay owner operators $2,000 a month to advertise on the side of the truck. Hey, that's another thing too. Like, so I'm real business with it, right? I'm so much business with it. I'm not, see, this is how trucking goes. This is how most people think too. Like, in the trucking industry, people are just going to think about making money off of loads, right? It's unlimited ways to make money in any business. You just got to think of the ideas. And I think that idea I just said will be even better for a box truck, because a lot of box trucks stay locally, right? So let's say if a box truck is local somewhere and it's a furniture store in that area, and that box truck is just always dropping off loads locally. If I was a box truck owner, I would walk into the furniture store or whatever and be like, hey, I can advertise your company on my box truck. And I tell them the areas I'm in, whatever city, and I'm in, I would tell them, and, tell them I can do that. I can advertise your company on the side of my box truck for $1,000 a month or $2,000 a month. So now, see, I'm trying to think of ways, see what it is. This is what most people do in business. Most people try to spend more money to make more money, but that makes most businesses fail, right? What you want to do is think of ideas not to spend any more money, but make extra money, right? True, real business. I'm speaking millions of dollars here, right? These are real business principles that the average person with the employee mindset ain't gonna think about. But I guarantee you this: the people who say an industry is oversaturated, or they can't think of ideas, I guarantee these people probably ain't made 50,000, 100,000, 500,000. They haven't made that on their own. Once you make that on your own, you're gonna be able to think of the ideas, because to make that amount of money, it takes you thinking, and you can't be thinking about it's no ideas or it's oversaturated. I don't think none of those thoughts. The only thoughts I ever think about in any of my business is revenue generating ideas. If it ain't gonna make me any more money, I ain't thinking about it. For real, that's how business is, because you're gonna fail. I don't have thoughts about like doubts and what I can't do and all that, because it's wasting time. I have had those thoughts before, but I've seen my bank account going down as I had them thoughts. And then when I had thoughts of bigger ideas, that's when my bank account started rising. So now I'm like, I can control my own money just with my thoughts. So I don't need to like go anywhere else. And that's what I want to teach you guys. But like I said, you can advertise on the side of a box truck, right? Whoever thought of that idea? Nobody, right? But you got to be thinking about things that other people ain't thinking about. That's some value right there. I mean, that's what I would do as a dispatcher. I'll be on Facebook. Hey, I'm looking for box trucks. I run this, operation where I also get, I have a list of business owners who are willing to pay you money to advertise on the side of your box truck or on the side of your dry van or whatever. So as a freight dispatcher, I'm going to be booking your loads. I want to make sure I do like all those other dispatchers and find you the highest paying loads. But I've already reached out and I have companies waiting to advertise on the side of your trailer. Somebody say it wasn't no more value to offer. Come on now. Come on, let's get it. Let's get it. Yeah, but that's the main thing. Make sure you guys remember that. Don't always try to spend money to make more money, right? But that's what we all think naturally. But you really want to think of ways to make more money without spending nothing. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to make more money without spending another dime, right? So then, see, check it out. Say if I got to spend money to make money, you see what I'm saying? I'm not gonna have as much profit. I just got that in the middle, right? But if I can stay right here and not spend no more money, but make more money, look at the difference in the profit. You feel me? Let's get it. Let's get it. Y'all got me hyped now. There's too much money out there. It's just about the way you think. What equipment type makes the money? I say flatbeds. Flatbeds, because they have tarp loads or whatnot, oversized loads on flatbed trucks. So those are always going to make the most money, flatbeds. Okay, what are the monthly advertising costs to reach 30K a month? This is what I was just talking about. I want to say it's a set monthly advertising cost. What if you can just think of a better idea and get that out to as many people as possible through brand awareness? I mean, so I'm not going to be the person to say, oh, well, if you want to make $30,000 a month, you got to spend this much to advertise. You can be spending no money on advertising. If you think of the right idea and reach enough people, you can make $30,000 a month. Yeah, and see, guys, the information I'm giving away in here, this way of thinking, and this is the way I try to train, because like I told you guys, it's just not about dispatching to me. This is just one business. Hey, tell you, I'm on the other stuff. I need to start talking to you guys more about roofing on my YouTube channel. I do a lot of roofing now, roofing contractor. You know that I don't even own a roofing company either. Actually, I don't have the equipment. What I do, I'm a roofing contractor. I get the deals for roofing companies, right? Any business that I'm in, just like dispatching, I'm trying to have low overhead. I don't want to go out and buy a bunch of equipment. You know what I'm saying? I want low overhead. And the reason, and the way I like to train where you guys can see it. So even in roofing, just look at the news, look at the weather, look at tornadoes going on all over the country all the time. What do you think that's doing? That's damaging roofs. That's damaging homes, right? And the weather is constantly picking up, right? I'm also in water remediation, right? Clearing flooding out of homes, like I'm in Florida when hurricanes hit, when we have storms, or when pipes bust. I'm certified in water remediation, right? So as you can see, look at all the cities that's always flooding around the country, but it's money in that, right? And of course, insurance companies are paying this money out. So I'm just telling you what I'm really on now, but I like to train in a way where you can be successful. If you notice, like what I'm talking about with the sales funnel, or like making more money without spending more money, or thinking of better ideas than that's already out there in the marketplace, you can use this for any business. So like I tell you guys, it's just not, freight dispatching is very small to me. And I know if I can teach you guys just how to be a good business owner, what do they say? It's like, once you know how to be a good business person, you can be successful in any business. So I would rather teach you how to be a good business person, so freight dispatching can be easy for you. So you can do, like, this is what I did. When I started making that money, and like I tell you guys, you got to start making way more money than you need, right? So I started freight dispatching. I started making way more money than I needed. I took some of that money, I put it in the Airbnb, right? I put money in the Airbnb. My first Airbnb was in Houston, right? I went out, and the reason I did this is because of freight dispatching. A lot of my students, a lot of my owner operators, trucking is big in Houston. So I said, I got a lot of people, a lot of customers in Houston. So what I'm going to, thinking smart, I said, what I'm going to do, I'm going to go out to Houston. I'm going to get me an Airbnb so I can go out there and stay in my own place when I want to. And when I'm not there, I can have it on Airbnb and make some money off of it. So I took money from that I had made in freight dispatching. And I know I spent more than I really had to on that first Airbnb, because it's just a one bedroom, one bathroom. But I spent probably $15,000 on the furniture. I could have spent way less, but I think it was around $10,000 or $15,000 that I spent on the furniture and everything. But my first month, and I had that money because of freight dispatching, and my first month I made $8,000 on that one Airbnb. So that's why I say, forget the excuses. Stop thinking about you don't got value to offer. You think about the value, and you get that out there, and you get on it hard. You think of that marketing plan, and you do it every day so you can generate some cash flow. This is how you build generational wealth. So this is how I built mine. So I did that, and I started to hire dispatchers, so I wouldn't have to do this every day, right? So, and that's why you got to work really hard in the beginning. So I did that. I didn't have to do this every day. I had dispatchers working for me, making a percentage off of them, and then I'm on to the next thing. I'm like, hey, dispatching, it's running itself. I'm thinking about Airbnb, because from the moment I came into business, I was already thinking, this is how I want to set it up. I want to set it up where this business is a passive income business. It runs on its own, and I want more time to do something else. And I got into Airbnb. I took some of my money, I put it into crypto. That did good for me. Now I'm in roofing, I'm in water remediation. But see, all this is just a manifestation of me starting my freight dispatch business, because if I wouldn't have started a dispatch business, I wouldn't have done any of these other things. What we got? More questions? Talk about offering oversized load permits. That is in the training. A lot of, you can just Google oversized loads, and it tell you all the information about oversized loads and when you need oversized load permits. So yeah, you can just Google that, and all that information is right out there, Just like I told a student on a mentorship call today, like you want to save your time, like even when you sign up for my mentorship meetings, you want to save your time with me, like the money you pay me, you want to save it for talking about like real big business stuff, because a lot of this stuff you can just Google and get. You want to talk to me about stuff you can't get on Google. Talking about wanting to like make money without spending any more money, you ain't gonna be able to just Google that. You know what I'm saying? Right. Also, I talked about this on a video a couple of days ago. Something else you just not go Google. I know a lot of people are failing because you're coming into a business and you don't have a goal. So remember when I say you got to think of an idea to offer more value than what's already out there. So when you think of that idea, now you got to go. A lot of us get into business and we're just trying to start a business. You don't have a destination that you're trying to get to. Really, you got to think of that idea and put that in your business plan. And then your marketing plan is basically a plan to get that idea out to as many people as possible. So to manifest your business, to put that idea you have about you and your business into the market, you got to make that plan. And basically that plan is going to be producing your idea into the market. So that's why I say before I started LLC, my business is finished. This is like $1 million information, guys. This is $1 million information, right? Because my business is finished, right? So if I think of an idea that's better than the rest of the market, right? And I think how I want to set that idea up and everything like that. And basically in my mind, my business is finished. And when I'm making videos, when I'm coming out into the market, when I'm, saying whatever I have to say about my business, I'm just thinking about my idea and getting my idea out there. And that's why you got to have a plan and work on it every day to get that idea out there. When finishing your dispatch course, where you need to be certified as a dispatcher, there's no real certification. So, after you finish my course, you can go ahead and get started. You just need the information. You just need the knowledge of how to start this business. So I see a question. Could you talk about dispatching as a way to eventually bid for government or a military contract? So, that's going to be more on the owner operator, because those contracts, you're not going to get them as a dispatcher. That's going to be through the owner operators you're dispatching for, and that's going to run through their MC number in their company. How can I get started while working a full-time job? So even when I get a question like that, I'm thinking it just depends on your full-time job. I know a lot of you guys heard my story. I had an office job. I was going outside, or I was in the restroom sitting on the toilet booking loads. It just depends on your job. It's different for everybody. So that's what you guys got to figure out for yourself. I can't really give you that answer. You got to make it work for yourself. But like I said, you do what you got to do, and I'm sitting where I'm sitting now because I did what I had to do. Can you do this 100% from home, or do you need to frequent truck stops? Like I talked about earlier, the touch points. I can't say, oh, you have to go to truck stops. You don't have to go to truck stops. It's just about how you want to market your business and what you feel like is effective. Someone says they're kind of late. Yeah, you guys, if you came in late, you probably need to make sure you go and look at the replay after this, because if you've been here the whole time, I know that if you came in maybe 30 minutes late, it's probably a lot that you're missing. And talking about the sales funnel, you got to understand that from the very, very beginning. And make sure, guys, brand awareness, consideration, conversions, look those up, Google those tonight, study more about them. And like I said, it's about the idea that you put into this to get ahead of the marketplace. I'm about to end this shortly. I just want to see if you guys have any more questions. Like I said, you want to funnel these people down into your electronic freight dispatch agreement. You want to funnel them into your website. This is sales these days. Like I said, any business, what you're doing, you get on social media, you're using social media to reach people and funnel them back to your website. And it's so much further. I can keep going further and further into this. Like even when you get down to the conversion stage, a lot of social media sites have what's called lookalike audiences. And what that would do, because social media is, of course, tracking information about us. So basically, what you can do with social media is it can take a look at basically all the people that clicked on your jotform.com link, and it will find more people with similar characteristics. So basically, like, you can target a lookalike audience, you can make a video advertising your services, and you can target people like that you already have. Basically, social media will go out and find similar people. So now you're reaching more people, right? And if you make a video, let's say it reaches 1,000 or 2,000 people, that's just more people that it reach. So basically, the social media sites would just find new people for you. That's business these days. Like, if you just do it, maybe if you just go into truck stops, that might be too slow. That's the reason why you guys got to get all these touch points going. And if you can funnel these people in and get them to your website, what social media is going to do, it's going to go out and find more people with those similar characteristics. And with it finding more people, that's going to bring more business into your company. This is that $20,000, $30,000 a month stuff. And I didn't even run paid ads when I first started my business. What I did is I started advertising organically. And then with the money owner operators paid me, I used that to reinvest into my company. I'll tell you guys how I found my first owner operator. How I found my first owner operator is I started adding all those additional services, like basically everything that you see freight dispatching is about now. Like if you were here in the beginning, I said if the fuel taxes, oversized load permits, doing factoring paperwork, that was all my idea. When I got into this industry, nobody was talking about that. And then what happened is I started advertising that. And what happens when you start advertising that, when somebody see you advertising something good, they're gonna start copying off of you, right? So I start advertising that, people start copying off of me, and especially once I started training and mentoring people when I came on YouTube and started to talk about all these additional services, then the whole industry just copied off of that, and people are constantly copying off my old idea for 3 or 4 years ago. And like I was saying in the beginning, the only thing I have to do is outbeat myself. Nobody's my competition. I'm my only competition from 3 or 4 years ago. So I can talk about like so much, but let me get back to how I found that first owner operator. I thought about those ideas to offer all those additional services. I got in on Facebook in the Facebook trucking groups. And like I said, I didn't have any clients before that. So I started offering all those additional services for 4.5%. So I started offering all this stuff they never heard for the cheapest price, for 4.5%. And that's how the first day I did that, boom, my first owner operator, my second one, my third one. So that's how I started to get owner operators. So really what you need to do, because you think about it, if you don't have any owner operators, like I said, how you can attract owner operators is by having an idea, that's offering more value than what's already in the market and getting it out to as many people as possible. And then of course, if you get that high idea, that high value out there, and then just drop your price, you really drawing in interest. That's gonna cause like a lot of owner operators to come into your business. So that's what I did. And I left that first owner operator. I let them stay at 4.5%. But what I started doing is I raised it, probably like once I had 3, really I only charged that one 4.5%, but my next one I probably charged 6% or 7%. And then my next one, 8%. And then once I got to where I had a lot of knowledge, some owner operators, I charged them as much as 12%. This wasn't really owner operators, but just fleet managers, people with their own trucking business. A lot of people just have, I guess, the money to spend and to go out and buy a truck and trailer, put a driver in the truck, but they don't know that much about the business. So people like that need, and the reason I got this, when you're a dispatcher, if you get with someone who really don't know the business, they're going to start trying to have you do all kind of stuff. Oh, can you do this? Or ask these, all this stuff is really outside the scope of a dispatcher. So that's when I started charging like 12% to basically fully manage someone's trucking business, basically. That's another way I started to make a lot of money, by being able to fully manage a trucking business. And, I'm basically telling them, hey, I got it. You don't got to worry about everything. You pay me 12% of every load. You just make passive income. These are people, not true owner operators, but fleet managers who had drivers in their trucks, right? people who never probably like been in trucking before. They just decide to go out and buy a truck and trailer. And there's people out there like that now. So maybe you guys can tell people like you fully manage their trucking business and charge them like 10% or 12%. Then there'll be other dispatchers asking, how do you charge that much? I've been advertising 5% and I don't have any owner operators, but they probably don't know. They don't know about the sales funnel and they don't know to offer additional value. We guys, especially, I tell you guys, my one-on-one training programs, my mentorship programs, those are the ones that people are the most successful because you can tell like information I put out here tonight, you got to really talk to me to get this information. And then sometimes I have to walk you through it for weeks. And then, some people doubt themselves and stuff like that. So that's what I'm saying in my one-on-one training and mentorship programs, that's the way I'm able to kind of like steer you towards the goal. So when I'm mentoring, this is what I do when I mentor. So you come to me for a mentorship, right? You want to start your dispatch business. What I do, I see you as already being successful in that business because that's the direction you're going. But, I have a lot of students that talk in another direction, like doubt, or they'll say, I don't know if it's not any extra value to put out there, or I think it might be oversaturated. But see what I do during a mentorship phone calls, you'll say stuff like that to me, and I'll try to steer you. I'm basically steering your thought towards success. That's what mentorship is. As a mentor, you got to see the person that you're mentoring already successful. And then as you talk to them, you're steering them towards that point. Because what's going to happen, like for somebody that hasn't done this before, you're going to have thoughts and you're going to say things that steer you away from the goal. But the point of signing up with my training programs is to keep you on track. So if you guys are enrolled in my $50 per month program, it's also links in there where you can purchase like 4 mentorship phone calls, 4 15-minute mentorship phone calls for $120. I would suggest taking advantage of that so you can talk to me over time and I can make sure you're on the right track. About to end it really soon. I just want to see about any more questions. I'm not really hiring for dispatcher because, like I said, I'm actually on other businesses right now. I really don't talk about it that much yet on YouTube, but I just have other stuff going on. Yeah. So also, like I said, guys, you need to think of that idea, finish your company in your mind, think of that idea, how you're going to be better than the rest of the companies. And I mean, this is any business, any business that's successful. I mean, that's why you want to start a business. You start a business, not just because, you want to make some money, you want to get into the business. You actually start a business because you have a plan, you have an idea, you've seen a gap in the market where you can offer more value. That's the whole point of being a business owner. So yeah, so exactly. If it's anybody that says you can't add additional value, that's not being a business owner. You're saying you don't want to be a business owner. You might as well stay an employee if you think like that, because being a business owner is about thinking about how to add additional value. And as a business owner, it's always ways to add additional value. I'm even going to hit you guys with this. Basically, if you say you can't add additional value, you're denying God. You really are. You're denying God because God gives us creativity. He gives us ideas, right? So to say like, it has to stop here. I can't add any more value. So you're basically saying you're denying God. That's what you're doing to me. So it's like, of course, it can always be more value added to the world, to any industry. Anything you look at, it can be additional value added. One point I want to make is look at Jeff Bezos and Amazon. When he first started, he started selling books, right? But when his company was nothing, when he first started his company, Barnes and Noble had the book game on lock, right? But they just have physical stores, right? His idea was probably thinking, I can sell books online and beat them. They only have physical stores, right? But he had to think of the idea to do that. And then after that, what did he do? He came out with Amazon Kindle. Well, now you can purchase the book and have it ASAP. But Barnes and Noble, you had to go into the physical location, right? So he just thought of a better idea of how to market his business better and to offer more value. He was offering more value than Barnes and Nobles, because Barnes and Nobles, you got to do more work. You got to actually drive to this physical store to get the book. But With Amazon, you could just click and the book's on the way to you, or with the Kindle, you got it ASAP, right? So it's just about thinking of that different idea. Like I said, and you guys want to get as many eyes on that dispatch agreement as you can. All right, guys, I'm about to check out, but if you guys need anything, go to my website, AntoineWest.biz, sign up for my freight dispatch training courses. And that's about all I got for tonight. If you have any questions, you can always send me an email to CEO@AntoineWest.biz. I'll talk to you guys next time.